folks. This is Dr. Emily Sterning with American Resiliency. I often hear from people who want to learn more about what it's like on the ground in other parts of the country. Some of the places that look best in the projections are pretty low profile. Today, I want to share with you about a special place. Now, like many locations that look strong in the projections, it's not like we're looking at a future without change in the greater driftless area. And we're talking about a place that doesn't have the biggest capacity, doesn't have a ton of infrastructure to support more people. Although the community we're going to focus on today is thinking about the future with change and growth in mind. One of my first projects with American Resiliency was a bit of consulting on their 50-year water plan. In this video, I want to introduce you to Decorah, Iowa, a beautiful community on the southwest margin of the Driftless area. I was up in Decorah recently to visit the Seed Savers Exchange Farm. This nonprofit has put in 50 years on their mission of preserving the diversity, beauty, and flavor of heirloom and heritage crops. The greater Driftless area is a beautiful, gentle, and unforgiving landscape where the karst geography means that if you mess up the groundwater, you're going to feel it right away. This has made the region an important place for hands-on small family farms with farmers who have a relationship with the land and who work to care for soil and water. There's a deep strength in the local food system that has been cultivated in the Driftless from generation to generation. On my way to the Seed Savers Exchange Conference, I stayed at just the kind of place some of you might fantasize about owning or visiting, a unique family-run establishment in nearby Spillville. So the Wenzil Taylor building that these folks bought and are restoring is a beautiful older building with a cavernous underground space that's been turned into a bar and restaurant and lodging above ground. The work this family has put into renovating the building is impressive to anyone who has even a passing interest in such things. The rooms all have their own bathrooms, but they clearly put everything in themselves, and they did a great job. The family tells me the place is still a work in progress. What historic building isn't? But these folks, they're making a life for their family while restoring and enriching the heritage of the area. I spoke with the father of the family down in the bar, and he was one of those gentlemen who are looking for any excuse to talk trout. The trout fishing in the Driftless is one of the modest, wholesome strengths of the area. And if you want info from a local, this guy is the type of fisherman who will pull up a picture of him holding a frankly excellent sized fish, only to completely disregard and not comment on the fish and instead zoom in on background details of the photo that might help you find the stream. If you're a person who's thinking about exploring this area with its springs and bluffs, its hiking and fly fishing, and its deep history of heritage farming and local food, this establishment at the Wenzil Taylor might be a good place to start out. Pretty small channel here, so I don't think I'm going to give these folks more of a bump than they can handle. Because bottom line, this area is not about going viral or blowing up. It's about finding a life way, getting into that healthy routine, getting engaged in a system of mutual benefit where you think about what you're doing on the behalf of future generations. I think the way that that family took a historic building and are using that to create healthy growth is really cool. And if you're interested in doing that kind of work, I just received this resource this week from longtime community member Len. He sent me over this. It's from the 80s, and it seems like a perfect piece to share with this piece. I ran this document by Ash, the working architect who's made some great content here on the channel about resilience in the built environment. And she thinks this checklist is as cool as I do. She gives the guidelines her thumbs up with the caveat that this is a great checklist for cool to cold climates. And if you're worried about cooling rather than heating, she'd recommend looking for higher ceilings and more north-facing windows than have been recommended here. This checklist, which you can see is a fairly long document with good explanations, is now hosted at the resources tab of our website, americanresiliency.org. When you're looking at exploring within a lifeboat region, the way we think about development now, it's just not appropriate. Because what we need to be thinking about throughout the Driftless especially is water. The quality of the water here is crucial for everything, and the water quality is fragile. finding a way to play a role in the community, to contribute to the community and its healthy development. With wonderful action happening in the arts, nonprofit, and food scenes, that should be your goal if you're interested in this beautiful place. If you're a person who wants a destination with a full suite of urban services, this is not the place you're looking for. But if you're a person who wants to step into a different stream, a way of life that is more connected to place, Decorah, Iowa, and the greater Driftless area might be an interesting location for you to explore, particularly if you or someone you love is big into fly fishing. So, the Driftless is hardly America's most flashy spot for this popular activity. But when I look at the change profiles for some of today's most exciting fly fishing locations, like Alaska or Western Montana, those places are high change. The river temperatures are likely to see changes that will hurt the fish as we lose snowmelt. If, like me, you like things that are boring and low change, looking at lower change spots like Decorah, the Greater Driftless, or the northern side of Pennsylvania's mountains, that might get you to an area where our conservation efforts can support healthy fish into our changing future and keep you on the water longer. If you're interested in exploring the Greater Driftless, I'd also recommend you check out Viroqua, Wisconsin. There's a lot of long-term food system work coming together there, and the Driftless Folk School is there, which gives people a place to learn the skills necessary for a local lifeway that protects and respects land, water, and living things. I shared the boundaries for L1 in my lifeboats video. Quite a few people write me and are like, what the heck is in that mysterious square? This area, the Greater Driftless area, is just one of the bioregions worth checking out here in L1. Just one of the bioregions in this resilient part of the world that you may not have heard of before. If you're interested in the Driftless, please remember what I said about the character of the region. Beautiful, gentle, and unforgiving. In my experience, that's true of the nature of both the land and the people. If you're a decent person who acts in good faith, you'll find a place in this community. If you cross people, it won't take long. Everyone will know that you're no good and doors won't open for you. And this is a location where part of the resilience that's already present comes from the fact that conditions there already have intense seasonal extremes. You get some gnarly winters in the Driftless, and it's a region that has a lot of elevation changes, so you can get compounding precipitation effects. If you're serious about community, this is a place where sometimes people need help, where everybody needs community there on the ground. So if you're serious about community, about participating in community and Lifeway, this is a great region to consider. Thanks for spending some time learning with me today. I'll look forward to talking with you all again soon. Folks, thanks for watching. I want to thank the AR community because you all make this work possible. So here's a big thank you to the donors, the volunteers, people spreading the word online, and especially you all doing the work on the ground. There are plenty of you out there in the Driftless. Special shout out to my friend Rachel O, lifelong resilience queen, living and working in the Driftless up at Thoreau College. If you're interested in joining her Resilience Circle chats, get in touch. They're a great way to connect with other members of the AR community who are interested in connecting more deeply with each other and with the land. AR community, thanks again. Talk with you again next week.